Uh, 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 uh. Ah, looks pacified. The green text doesn't really, you know, hit it. But no. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. If you've been here before, back in the day there was a podcast called Night In with Rory Smith and Friends. Was it? Yeah, it was called that, and it went ahead. Season 1 was terrible. Season 2 was also terrible, but another brand new rise. Big changes, big changes. I.e., not gonna go for like 6 hours podcast. We're actually professional now to a certain extent, but honestly, the lime color doesn't really do. It does well with the black, but I was supposed to get rid of. So yeah, it's season 3, episode 1, a fresh outlook. Would have, yeah. Oh, unmute myself now. Get rid of the season 4. Oh, you've already ruined it anyway. But as you can see, 3 guests anyway. What have I done? There we go.
I don't know. What have you done?
Bloody hell.
But no, I said I've ruined it already by putting photos on the video OBS. Obviously, but I couldn't get a perfect one for you, so I just put one of the emotes that you did.
That's all right. Good. Yeah, I think that's all good.
I'm promoting, try to not a sellout stream, but hey, I have merch.
Yeah, show them what you got.
Yeah, I gotta show them what I got. But that's a Roy Smith which was obviously done by you, George. So thank you for that. Obviously, other emotes have been made by you. Still waiting.
I was gonna say, if we prepared this, you could have given them a little showcase right here and now. In fact, how about a live trial right here? There's this one. How do I? Shit.
Thanks for the look.
There you go. There's this one. And then there. Oh no, you've made. Oh, they're higher tier now, hey?
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Twitch Prime isn't gonna cut it no more, apparently.
No, tier 3. No, they're pretty good modes. One day you'll do me my follower modes 5.
One day. Eventually, I'm gonna have to become so overwrought with guilt again that I have to tell you to whip me into submission to do it.
Just those 5 follower modes. Nothing too big. But then again, I need to get my finger from out of my ears and actually do something useful as well, to be honest. But I have a better art style than me. Wow, you draw. I can't draw to save my life anyway, so.
Try your hand at it, Chief. You might be surprised.
Might be surprised, yes. Maybe. But no.
Thank you for the kind words, though. I'm glad you like them.
Also, Cameron's photos is just his Pokemon avatar.
That is actually my old avatar.
It's your old one.
It's very similar, but I got a new jacket on in Sword and Shield now, which as of tomorrow will be irrelevant, so let's make the most of it, shall we?
Well, good thing to start. Pokemon, I will be doing a Pokemon Little Cup tournament.
Woo!
Next week, which the
I've been asking for one, so yay, thank God.
Which is probably be on the 27th, which is a Saturday. It'll be in the maybe 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock onwards.
We're talking about the 27th of this month.
Yeah, not next month. That'd be a bit pain in the ass.
God, that's not a lot of time for me to. There's not enough time to.
You have a week
to breed.
You have a week to develop your team. It's a little cup, so.
It doesn't mean I can't min-max my Pichus.
No. But Karen, do you want to explain what a little cup?
So in basic, a little cup rules is just stage 1 Pokemon. That's it. In some cases, some set it's like a certain level cap, but I assume for us we're just gonna have the standard level 50.
Yeah.
Cap, but it's just stage 1 Pokemon.
So.
Bubble.
That's interesting because I thought Cubs only was was like baby Pokemon only. So we're talking like Munchlax, we're talking Pichu.
I think there is such thing called Baby Cup where it's just that.
This is
But
called
because there's not that many baby Pokemon, it's generally just the Little Cup, which is just Stage 1 Pokemon.
I see.
So in my case, for example, I might use like a Vulpix.
A bunch of Oh, that would explain why you perhaps have been hunting for a shiny for so long.
No, I have more than enough shiny Vulpix in Sword and Shield, Let's Go Eevee, and in like Omega Ruby. I've just been hunting shiny Vulpix in Pokemon Go now for months. Maybe 2 years.
Just collecting like the Infinity Stones of shiny Vulpix.
Yeah. So allow me to... and also, right now, I've been shiny hunting Vulpix in my copy of Pokemon Ruby. I've been hunting it in Pokemon Soul Silver, and in Black 2.
Bloody hell, why? What's the obsession?
I just wanted to get one in every generation.
That's fair enough. But,
I've gotten one in Gen 2 in Virtual Console. I want to get one in Gen 1, although Gen 1 doesn't technically have shinies. When you transfer them up, their DVs, their determinate values, can change whether they're shiny or not.
But all this shiny hunting, isn't it taking like a toll on your mentality though?
Yes.
Yes. Like
just like your record runs though, they
yeah,
grind you,
yeah,
you keep going. It's just about that end goal.
You need to get into that grind mindset.
Turn that mindset into a grind set.
God's sake.
You wonder why you're only reaching round 40? Because you're not making it a grind set.
Well,
you're not hitting enough pedestrians when you drive.
Sorry,
Sigma male grind set.
My bad, sorry. But no, honestly, like, shiny hunting and Pokemon, it does make me want to throw my Switch out the window.
I will say, I just want to quickly clarify with the Pokemon Go why it's taken so long. I have gotten a few in the past through the Kanto tour. It's just that IVs were trash. And because this is like a Shundo, as it's called in Pokemon Go, that I really want. It's like my dream Shundo. That's why I want to get it as a very good, in very good IVs.
Oh my goodness. So
whilst I appreciate the shinies I did get, it's just I want it to be the best it can be. Because it's going to be the one, I splash out all the Stardust on and all the candies, and the one I'm going to put all the grind into. So, if you're going to go through all that effort, you may as well try and do it on the best one you can get.
Well, that's understandable.
Are you aiming for a perfect 6 or like 5? What's
in Pokemon Go IVs work a little different. It works on a scale of 1 to 15 in attack, defense, and HP.
Okay.
So I'm trying to go for a 15, 15, 15.
How does that? Because obviously you can transfer those Pokemon.
Yeah. So those IVs. So if it's like so if you have let's say you transfer a Pokemon from Go that has perfect attack, in the main game you'll have perfect physical and perfect special attack.
Okay.
So if you have a perfect Pokemon and you transfer it up to Sword and Shield or whatever, it'll have perfect attack and 2 specials, 2 physicals, and perfect HP. It's its speed that's then randomly rolled.
Okay.
So you could, if you're lucky enough, roll a perfect speed IV, so you'd have a 6 IV Pokemon transferred up.
Very epic, okay.
So it is a bit of a luck of the draw with that.
Makes sense.
But Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I was going to say something completely benign. You say,
right.
You go ahead.
All I was going to say is, the reason this hunt is taken so long is because when there's not an event going on, because there was an event just happening a week ago where Vulpix was in a 1-star raid and was available via a research task, I managed to get about 60 in total from the 2.
16 total shiny Vulpix.
No shinies.
Oh my goodness.
I got no shinies from that.
Unfortunate.
However, when there's no event going on, Vulpix only appears in very precise locations. I've only ever found it usually at parks.
Yeah.
And there are none near me.
Ah.
So I have to go out of my way to look for these locations. And they only spawn in nests. They call it nesting.
Yeah.
So they don't just appear, next on your road. They appear in swarms, let's say.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the only other way to find Vulpix, or the best way to find it, is through one research task, which is to catch 5 Pokemon with Weather Boost. Now, initially, this was a really nice task because it was either Vulpix or Poliwag you got out of it. But now there's 3 other Pokemon you can also get out of it as well. So what I'm doing is trying to find this one research task in a field of load of research tasks, and then I've got to basically dice roll between 5 Pokemon, and then hopefully then also roll the dice that is a shiny, and then roll another dice to make sure it has high IVs. Now, I will willingly accept like perfect attack and mid-tier defense and HP, because at the end of the day, Ninetales is not a bulky Pokemon. It's not a defensive Pokemon. It's strong in attack, but it doesn't like to get hit in return.
No.
So I can compromise on that. If I get that, I'm over the moon. I'm ecstatic. My day is made. But as of right now, it seems Niantic are going out of their way to say, fuck this guy.
You definitely... It feels like the cards are stacked against you there, amigo.
The cards are stacked against me, but then I'm used to terrible shiny hunts. That shiny Torchic I did way back in X and Y, that took me months. That took me months of cycling up and down the same bloody route in Carlos. But you know what? I got it. I got that shiny, and it's one of my most favourite shinies to this day.
Quite epic.
Understandable.
I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about this. Niantic, put Vulpix into the raid pool as a standard spawn and make it shiny available. Because they will put Pokemon into the raid dens that cannot be shiny. What's the bloody point in doing them raid den other than XP and rare candies?
True.
Yeah. Are they not good? Are they not good incentives? I don't know.
Well, they are good incentives, but then people want shinies. I've never heard anyone play Pokemon Go and going, you know what? I don't want that shiny. I don't want it. You know, okay, maybe there's certain shinies you don't like and some you do. Everyone's subjective.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you know, it's a nice little bonus.
Give the people what they want.
Yes. Oh dear. Oh dear. Sorry, I just seen the chat. Good job there, Rian.
Yeah, I saw it.
This man has the audacity to come on in during my rant about Niantic and ask if we want to become famous.
I'm already famous.
I shall leave it to you. I shall drop that discussion until you want me to bring up the next subject of that I wanted to bring up. Back to you.
Well, to affect topic
I am standing up for this because I will not sit down for Niantic.
Which is true. Well, topic one, I didn't even have to explain the first topic, but topic one was all about Pokemon anyway, so...
Okay.
That was a great start.
Is it back to me, is it? Back to me on the podium?
Gonna...
Okie dokie!
Yeah, go for it.
As of tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we have Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the newest remakes in the franchise of the original Gen 4 Sinnoh games, Diamond and Pearl, not Platinum, that's a different game. And what I wanted to present to all of you tonight, I have written them down in this notebook. You cannot see it, but just in my hand, I've got a small black notebook.
Give it another slap, Chief. Give it another slap. I hate it quite fluent.
Fuck's sake, yeah.
What I have written down, now, let's make something clear here. There are no spoilers for anyone who's interested. We are purely just talking about the shiny odds in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. We might just be breathing it, shortening it down to BDSP. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Obviously, we're going to mention one or two Pokemon that are obviously a part of the game, but we will not be bringing up any plot points, anything like that. So, if that's a concern to anyone listening, mute the stream, whatever. But again, I assume most of you don't know or don't care, but I shall get into it. I will just state right now, most of my sources is from a YouTuber who was citing 3 data miners. And one of these data miners in particular purely focuses on shiny hunting.
Okay, so nothing is confirmed is what you're saying there.
Some of it is more confirmed than others. I can confirm one or two things because I've seen screenshots of it.
All right.
But I personally myself have not watched gameplay footage of it because I'm trying to keep it relatively fresh. As I said to you before, my games are currently on their way via first class shipping thanks to Royal Mail, wherever they decide to show up.
They're all right. You should be okay.
Bruh, every other game I've gotten in the past on Pokemon has come a day early. This is the first game that's never come a day early.
Therefore, it's a day late.
Yeah, it's a day late.
Yeah.
You know what? Sorry for everyone's ears.
Ow.
Strike one.
No, thank you for apologising in advance. I actually just could not react quick enough there.
Thank you.
Ears.
So
beautiful baby ears. Yeah.
Let's get the first thing out the way. The base shiny odds. 1 in 4096. These are the same shiny odds that have been in the franchise now since X and Y first came on the Nintendo 3DS. Some people thought it was going to be the original one in like 81, 96. Nope, it's the standard quality of life improvement one in 40, 96.
Big on that, yeah.
Yep. The two Pokemon right now that have been confirmed to be shiny locked, and I do speculate a third one.
Okay.
Are the gift mythicals? So Mew and Jirachi.
That's all good. Yeah, that's fair enough.
That makes sense. They're gift mythicals. And the other one I speculate is the Manaphy egg you can receive, a pre-order bonus.
Oh no! Please tell me that that's not the only way you can get a Manaphy egg.
I'm pretty sure that is the only way to get a Manaphy egg.
Okay, I guess I gotta pre-order the game.
Wait.
Like I said, I cannot fully confirm that because in the original games, I will tell you this: in the original Generation 4 games, the only way you can get a shiny Manaphy was to get an egg from a Pokemon Rangers cartridge.
Yeah.
And then you had to transfer it to another one because when you sent it to your game, the ID would always change to make sure it couldn't be shiny.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to be like that in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I have not seen any information regarding shiny Manaphy.
It was one of the things that most upset me on those original ones because obviously I think that was probably for all of us here would have been our peak time for playing Pokemon was Diamond and Pearl and Platinum.
Yeah.
And I had all the prerequisites for that. I played all the Pokemon Ranger games. I loved those games, but I had absolutely no method of transferring them.
Yeah. So I cannot confirm. I have not seen any information regarding shiny Manaphy. I'm just gonna guess it's gonna be my personal guess. It's gonna be locked because it's a mythical.
Yeah.
However, you could use it to then shiny hunt Fiona, because obviously you can put it into a daycare, and it's the only mythical that can breed.
Yep.
But it does take an absurd amount of steps. So if you are going to be shiny hunting that, and I do have information regarding eggs, so if you are going to do that hunt, best of luck to you. Because for me, it's a hell no.
Thing is, Manaphy is one of my favorite mythicals. I actually love all the mythicals and legendaries from this game, save for maybe Heatran. I'm very so on, but Manaphy specifically because they had a movie that came out alongside it that I really liked at the time. Cannot remember a single thing from that film to this day, but I remember way back when I was all over it.
That's good.
I hardly remember anything about the Pokemon films. They just completely erased from my memory.
I remember a lot of Pokemon films.
The latest film I remember watching is when Twitch and Pokemon were doing that special marathon. And they just looped the last 10 minutes of one of the Gen 4, one of the first Gen 5 films over and over for half an hour. Then they just eventually cut the stream because something had gone horribly wrong.
We got introduced, if people were watching it for the first time, they got introduced.
I think it was a Gen 4 film. Yeah, because it was those three fighting.
And Darkrai, and then...
I think there's Giratina in it as well.
No,
yeah, he did show up.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was just Darkrai, the first one before, because the next one after that was Giratina and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do believe Darkrai I guess you could call it a standalone.
But basically, they just messed it up. Either way, they just repeated the last half an hour. It's hang on a minute. So people would just doubt people would tune it in because yeah, this is my first Pokemon film.
Just saw the last 10 minutes for half an
hour.
It's
wait, hang on a minute. Spoilers.
With the same bullshit of oh no, Ash is dead. Oh wait, no, he's really not dead. It's bruh, either fucking kill him off or don't. Come on. Stop with this trope.
Yeah.
Well, it is. They repeat it. Really, I remember, obviously, the first time they did it was in the original movie, and that was a big whoa moment. And obviously, it turns out he is, and everyone's happy, and the day is saved. But then they did it too many times in other films.
I feel like Ash has died so many times in these films that at this point, if they actually really did want to kill him off, they'd actually have to do something horrendous to him. It'd actually have to be a hyper-realistic creepypasta ending for our boy. It's the only way we know that he's gone.
If you notice, in every film, they always go camping. They light a bonfire. That's how he keeps coming back. He lights a bonfire and he keeps respawning.
Dark Souls, Jesus.
Yeah. Because he always dives and saves Pikachu by rolling away. He's doing rolls.
Yeah.
My man is playing fucking Dark Souls.
He's living it.
Yeah. Yeah, so Giratina, when he's confronting Giratina, it's just a fucking boss. That's where the music starts.
health bar at the bottom comes up, but then fucking Giratina Giratina the Death Eater or something like that.
I was gonna say Giratina as a Dark Souls boss would actually kind of be sick.
Well, it would work with him because he's like the sort of in charge of the distortion realm.
Yeah,
which is like Pokemon's equivalent to like the afterlife, purgatory, and hell.
Sweet mama, I actually never read into Giratina like that.
Well, I always thought Arceus is the creator of everything, and his counterpart is Giratina.
Do I also never looked at it as Arceus' counterpart, even though that's directly in the lore. But I'm getting my mind blown.
Yeah, Dialga and Palkia control time and space. Then they created the first Pokemon Life, which was Mew, and Mew is the derivative of every Pokemon since.
Mew is just a
Then you have Groudon and Kyogre, which created the lands and the sea, and you had Rayquaza to keep the two in check.
Oh, hot damn. They really did ruin Pokemon after... They ruined themselves with Diamond and Pearl, huh? How do you top... They haven't topped it, still.
Think about it. In Diamond and Pearl, obviously this will be the first time legitimately, but you could literally capture God. With Arceus, think about it. And obviously, Arceus has been given away in events before.
Science wins again. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Christians. Checkmate.
Sorry, mate. Jesus is on my side. It reminds me of that buff in South Park in the Stick of Truth. You know, when you can summon Jesus? He whips on some glasses and has like 2 rifles.
I'm buffering.
Hello?
Oh,
hello.
No,
it doesn't look like a...
The stream!
What?
It's still up for me, I think. It's still up for me. Don't worry.
I don't see a buffering circle.
No. It's like... Oh, I don't know. Well, what season are they in Pokemon now?
Like 20-something.
Bloody hell.
It's that Go series, isn't it? It's like Journeys Beyond or something like that. And one of the characters is literally called Go.
Pokemon.
I mean,
Pokemon
sure,
Go, get it?
Ultimately, the TV show is. I feel like we're no longer the demographic for that.
Oh,
and
hell
so,
no!
Like, if they keep pumping it out, it's for kids. I got no beef with it.
I just don't get how in the show, because like even in shows that aren't made for like older audiences, they still have like continuity. So the fact is, like, for example, Ash, in like Advanced Battle, he'll have a Swellow. That's like that was one of his main Pokemon in Advanced Battle, was a Swellow. But then he'll get to like, the Black and White arc, and he'll see a Swellow and be like, oh wow, I've never seen this Pokemon before. And it's like, bitch, you had it on your fucking team back in Hoenn. Like every other show has continuity. It just seems Pokemon, whenever Ash steps into a new region, his memory gets wiped.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe he's just doing New Game +1, New Game +2. Again, maybe Pokemon is Dark Souls.
It's like it's probably just like a Deus Ex Writers thing, so that they get they're able to sell.
Sort of like Simpsons, I guess.
Yeah. It's probably so that they can still sell Swellow as like an action figure to kids because they'll have never seen it before. You got to think from a writing perspective. Ash is our lens into the world of Pokemon, right?
That's a very good point. I've never thought about it that way, but that is an excellent point.
I can't wait to see the adventures of Brock. No one else, just Brock as his time as a gym.
Yeah, they could legitimately do that. They could actually do side series from other trainers' perspectives. Or at least people who travelled with Ash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like to see what happened to him.
I think it'd be interesting, because if you remember, in Advance, and then you got Diamond and Pearl, you had May and Dawn, who were contestants. They weren't battlers, they were more into the contests. Why not? Okay, you got a few episodes in both series where it was about them doing the contests and getting the ribbons. But why not just a series from their perspectives?
I mean, even Misty was a gym leader, wasn't she? So
well, yeah, she could do it from gym leaders' perspectives.
Exactly.
Brock's whole thing. I mean, I'd be down to see a cooking show with Brock, and I want to see how he makes those. I want to see how he makes those jam donuts.
I like them.
Those jelly-filled donuts. They're the greatest. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut. And we get an episode where Tracy actually does something interesting.
Tracy was
I forgot he existed.
He was a good
Tracy
character.
is not a good character. Shut the fuck up over there.
May have just been for one season, but
Tracy is bandana.
Hang on, I've actually got a snapback hat here with Arceus on it, and it's got Arceus embossed on it. I'm putting it on. Hang on.
Okay, but no,
I've got it on.
Nice, fantastic.
I'll visualize it.
Draw me a picture. But no.
I
Pokemon.
could just take a picture and put it on the
True.
Discord.
True.
Quite epic. Quite epic.
Let me take a picture. I've still got some more information to disclose about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yeah, go
I was
for
gonna
it.
say, I feel like we didn't get to the well, it's not a spoiler, is it? But the part that we had a little conversation about prior to.
Hang on.
Hold on.
That is a really shit photo, but it does work for what I need it for. I literally just saw it in the corner of my eye, and I thought, hey, you know what? I'm gonna stick it on. So there we go, Rory Smith. There's the podcast channel. Let me add it. There we go. There you go, fellas. That is what I'm wearing right now.
That's fair enough. That looks pretty cool.
I love the little tip of the beanie as well. Tip of the beanie, tip of the
Tip of
the fedora.
The brim.
fedora.
The brim. Right. Can I continue on with the BDSP information, or do you want to
Carry
move
on.
on to
Yeah,
something else?
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, well, I know we're gonna get some amazing artwork in the process. It's funny you brought up Darkrai, because I do have some information, or again from these people, about Darkrai. Darkrai and Shaman are in the game's data, but they are hidden away.
Excellent.
So probably at some point there's going to be an online event where you'll be able to get their items, and you'll be able to access them.
Excellent. That's all I want from this. That's all I want from this is to fill in the spots that I missed as a kid. Obviously, not being a Japanese citizen. I think a lot of us could attest we didn't get any of those exclusive Pokemon that were locked away in events, and that's all I want from this.
What the fuck have you put there, Tom?
Brilliant Pearl.
Shining Diamond.
Yeah.
BPSD.
It could be name of like, I don't know, some American like police force, because that's what they do, like sending
British power, sudden death.
Okay.
My boys in the original 13 colonies.
But no.
So we do. There is confirmed information about Darkrai and Shaman, their events. Whether or not this will just be something they'll do via online, like a mystery gift, or they might actually finally put a use into the Pokemon Home app. Or will you have to unfortunately actually go to Game or wherever GameStop, wherever you live, and get an event code from there? That I do not know. It seems no one knows at the moment. It just know they're in the game, and that's about it.
Well, I mean, it's all good either way, because I think all of those, they're not just like, oh, you walk in and you get the Pokemon. If I remember correctly, those items came with like special little areas in their own tiny bits of story, like especially Shaman.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm looking for. So long as we get that, that's what I care most about. How it's distributed, it's going to depend, isn't it? I guess if it's still going to be like if we're still under similar circumstances with with the coronavirus and whatnot, it's probably going to be email distribution, isn't it? But I mean, it sucks for us if it goes through Game, man. Like, this Game has shut down near us.
Yeah. Well, I'm annoyed because as someone who has been a paid subscriber to Pokemon Home, now for like 2 years now, they've hardly done any. Just the whole point was they were going to be distributing events through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a feeling they would turn around and say, "Oh, it's because not enough people use it." Which I would say that's the point. You're meant to put the events on there because even with a basic plan, you don't have to pay for the basic. You just get one box, and you can't do as many trades, but you can still get the events from it.
Yeah, that is counterintuitive. I don't know.
So I don't understand myself why they don't use their own app to incentivize people to get the app and to put their account to it.
Maybe we'll see now when Brilliant Shining Pearl Diamond come out.
Your influence, Tom.
And Legends come out. Yeah. Maybe we'll see more then. Only time will tell with that.
Something I do want to point out, right? This is the first time a mainline game has been made by a non-Game Freak company.
I do find that very interesting.
We've had obviously like Pokemon XD and Pokemon Colosseum made by is it Genius Sonority? I think that company rings a bell. I have my copies upstairs. I should really have checked prior. But this is the first time we have a proper mainline Pokemon game being developed by a non-Game Freak company. Obviously, Junichi Master and Game Freak have supervised over it, but as in like the main game itself and the development has been done by this third-party company. I cannot remember who they are on top of the heads, unfortunately. However, I do remember reading that they were the people who built Pokemon Home. But this is their first ever proper Pokemon project, as in like a game.
It seems so far that they've done a good job. I don't, obviously there's not much out on it at the moment. There are reviews in progress, I think.
I've already seen people with shiny starters.
Wowie!
But I think the only thing that is like quite identifiably theirs is probably the art style.
Yeah, I don't think the art style was ever that bad. I think it's just in that initial trailer they showed off, because obviously everything was like unfinished.
Yeah,
it looked really bad then.
And people
I don't even know if it's bad. I think it's just different. The whole chibi thing is like
cool.
Now that we've seen like what Pokemon looks like in 3D, seeing it as a chibi is just sort of different. It's like it's not the norm that Nintendo has set, and it seems really obvious now that like obviously Game Freak hasn't been involved like probably on that side of things. Obviously they've given it the okay, and I don't think it looks bad. But that would explain why it's different, because obviously it's a different company.
But if we think about it, Gen 1 and Gen 2 look very similar because they basically were the same game. Gen 3 changed the art style. Gen 4 changed the art style. Gen 5 changed the art style. X and Y changed. And the Alolan games changed. And even Oras changed very slightly. Every generation of Pokemon has always had a slight different art style change.
Yeah.
And I think that's just to change things up. Obviously, if it all looked the same, it would be very bland very quickly.
People will complain. Oh,
wait. Yeah,
anyway.
Don't get me wrong. I can understand why people like.
Anyway.
We went from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which was full 3D models, and then we had Sword and Shield with full 3D models. So I think people were just expecting it, obviously, to step up from there. But then at the same time, this is meant to be a callback to Diamond and Pearl. This is meant to be a callback to games on the Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
So in that regards, I can respect why it has that art style, because it's meant to be a callback.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's just that like you take a look at Pokemon Go and Pokemon Eevee, and then you compare it to Sword and Shield, and you can even compare it to X and Y. The character design there, as much as they are different, they all kind of share a similar sort of aesthetic, and then the aesthetic that's whoever's developed Diamond and Pearl here. They've gone for something completely drastic compared to that, and I think that's where the backlash has come from.
Yeah.
I think it's necessary. Obviously, like the perspective of the game on the DS is like short, stumpy characters, right? And so like a chibi thing, like it suits it perfectly, I think. But
you're dealing with a small screen, aren't you, on the original system? Small screens. You have to put everything on a small vision.
But I think that just sort of, because you could have it be small chibi characters, but they're kind of like Powerpuff Girl-esque, stubs for hands and whatnot, which isn't a problem. It's just like it's an obvious art design choice that because it's not the norm that we've seen is going to upset fans.
Yeah. Well, the chibi thing is only in the overworld, in like the encounters, as in shown in trailers. It does show full 3D models of our players and the Pokemon. So what people are complaining about is just the overworld, which, okay, you do see, obviously you're going to see mostly of the overworld, but in like the grand scheme of things, it ain't going to bother you, because going, I'm going to go to A to B, I'm going to do this, I might go to the underground, I might just do some battles. So,
I feel like the people who don't like, it's not that they don't like the art style, like if you don't like chibi, that's fair enough, but I feel like the people who are really upset by it are the people who like want to see guns in Pokemon, you know what I mean?
Pokemon
Pokemon in Skyrim, effectively.
Pokemon. Yeah, that's the 21st century for you, though. Try to please. You're gonna
trying to please everyone. You please
can't.
No one.
Some people like, I don't like it. Some people are like, I like it, and it's like, can't please everyone. You just have to do what you want to do, I guess. I'm looking forward to it either way, getting it.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, I've got my Switch. Originally, my Switch was upstairs on my TV upstairs and all that. I've actually moved it down here because if it did arrive today, I would have been shiny hunting right now.
And you would be talking.
Yeah, I'd be talking, but I'd be shiny hunting right now because I got it all set up on the dock and everything.
Oh, nice.
I do have some more information if we sort of move on with it, because people might get. Yes, there is a shiny charm in this game. That is something, obviously, a part of the sort of modern quality of life improvements. However, current information only shows that it only works on eggs.
Oh, really?
So, wild encounters, the legendaries, there's static encounters, are not affected by shiny charm. That's the 1 in 4096. Now, I personally, obviously I cannot confirm any of this. This is a personal speculation of mine, and that's because Pokemon Diamond and Pearl were the first Pokemon mainline games to have online capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously one of the big things was to do online trading. And according to Junichi Masuda, he put in the Masuda method to incentivize people to trade with Pokemon around the world. So obviously, for those who don't know, the Masuda method is when you take a Pokemon from your game and then one from a foreign game. So for example, I might put a Vulpix from my game and put it in the daycare with a Pokemon from Germany. The key thing to look out for, and on all Pokemon information screens, you'll see a nation tag. So it's like ENG, ITA, SPA, GER, FRE.
Yeah.
You know. But the idea is, you put those two in the daycare and you have higher odds for shinies. It was put in the game by Junichi Masuda to incentivize online trading, from around the world, and that way you get rewarded with better odds for shinies. So I think that's why, at this moment in time, the shiny odds are improved with the shiny charm for eggs, because it's a callback. I believe again, it's a callback to that original incentive to do online trading in this game.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's all right. I mean, it kind of sucks for shiny hunters.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing we've got to remember. This game now has not just online connectivity, but can always be patched. So what's not to say they might at some point just change it up in an update. Obviously, it sucks if you don't connect to the internet, if you've never played a console connected to the internet.
Have they ever done that, though? Has there been an update to Sword and Shield where that has happened?
They've done patches for Sword and Shield, yeah.
Yeah, but patches where like specifically odds for well, just straight Pokemon. Doesn't even have to be.
Okay, I got you. From what I know, no. But again, I'm purely speculation. I just want to make that very clear.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is not Game Freak. This is obviously, so any updates and any changes are going to be done by this company, obviously with Game Freak's approval. So they might at some point say, hey, you know what, we're going to change up certain things. I do have a note with a certain day one patch. We'll get into in just a moment. But yes, as we know right now, and it's practically being confirmed, at this moment in time, Shiny Charm only affects the eggs.
Well, for me, Masuda method and shiny breeding is my main method of shiny hunting, regardless. So I'm not too fussed about that. Mm-hmm. But it does kind of break my heart a little bit that I won't be running around in the wild and my odds
are boosted initially.
Yeah. It does that does decrease the value of the shiny charm.
But then at the same time, it partially increases the value of the shinies you find.
Absolutely, that's a good point.
Because okay, you're not getting them at higher odds, but it could be worse. You could be doing the original 8192.
That's true, yes.
So we have to take what we get, people. Also, the Shiny Charm does not affect the radar, because the Poké Radar is coming back.
Oh, okay.
I do have some notes on about that, but there is something else I just wanted to cover before we get to that. Are we all good to move on?
Yeah.
Right. Cresselia and Mesprit will be returning as Roma Pokemon.
Excellent.
So, I have written down the locations. Again, this is not from the new game. This is the original Diamond and Pearl locations. Okay, so any notes like that I have taken from the original games, and I'm going to assume they are in BDSP. Mesprit obviously appears at Lake Verity, and Cresselia is on Full Moon Island. What I want to, if you guys are going to take anything away from this podcast, and you are going to be playing BDSP, if you do shiny hunt these Pokemon, save before interacting with them. Because just like every old school Roma hunt, the minute you press A on them and they fly off, whether or not they're shiny or not is being predetermined.
Okay.
So if you interact with them and then save your game and it's not shiny, and no matter how many times you restart, you're stuck. So you want to save in front of them, then interact with them, go find them because they obviously fly off into the main area of Sinnoh. And then obviously if it's shiny when you encounter it, it will always be shiny. Think back to like the dogs in Johto.
I think back to
once you encounter the dogs, once you encounter the dogs and they're shiny and they run away, they'll still be shiny.
Just make note of that. The funny thing about this will be my third set of them, so I guess to make it worth it, I'll have to shiny hunt them as well.
I never bothered hunting for the Lake Trio and Sword and Shield because I think they're like the worst trio of shinies.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're another set of dogs, aren't they?
Oh no, sorry. Sorry, I was talking about the lake trio there, not the dog trio.
No, they're like it's like Terrakion and.
Oh, you're talking about the Swords of Justice trio.
Oh my goodness, I'm all over the place.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I talk about the dog trio of Johto, I'm talking about Raikou, Entei, and Suicune.
The best boys, yes.
You just brought up the Swords of Justice trio. It was technically a quartet because you got, wasn't it Virizion, Terrakion, and I can't remember the other one. But then you also have Keldeo.
Yeah.
Technically making it a quartet, not a trio. I can't remember what the last one is called.
I couldn't tell you. I'm not a huge fan.
But no. What then? I was talking about was the Lake trio. So obviously you got Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit. But Mesprit is the roamer. The other two are static, just like.
Wait, so that's the Lake trio? Did you say?
Yes.
Are they in Sword and Shield?
In the Adventures.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
That's all the notes I had for the roamers.
Yes.
So just to sum it up, save before you encounter them. Go encounter them. If they're not shiny, it's a reset.
Oui.
Okay. Now this applies. Okay, this is not a spoiler. It has been shown in the trailer, but you know the underground section where you have all the Pokemon running around. Do you guys recall that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
None of those overworld models will be shiny, so it's not like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. If you want to know if they're shiny or not, you have to run into them and you have to encounter them. That's when they'll reveal if they're shiny or not.
Yeah, that
and it's the same thing with the starter Pokemon. At the start of the game, you go up to the lake, you get ambushed, you have to pick out a Pokemon. You'll only know if it's shiny until you throw it out into battle.
Oui.
So just like the original games. However, and this is one of the things I can confirm with a screenshot, if you have a partner Pokemon, because we know partner Pokemon are returning, they can follow you around in the overworld. If that's a shiny, it will appear as shiny. Perfect. Which is useful for, let's say, again, I'm using Vulpix, and I do not know, because in the original Diamond and Pearl, I just want to make this very clear, Vulpix was only available if you stuck a copy of Leaf Green in the Game Boy cartridge on the original DS. So I'm just using Vulpix as an example. So if you have like a shiny Vulpix running around with you, there won't be another shiny Vulpix walking around as well. You have to encounter it.
It brings me back, man. Some of the gimmicks from those games, I guess they're not gimmicks, but some of the features, like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, for all its flaws, was such a packed game, huh?
Don't you mean Diamond and Pearl? Not Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Because they come out tomorrow.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, no, the original games. Yeah, I've just done. Yeah, I've acclimatized myself. I've jumped ahead. No, those original games they were so jam packed, weren't they? Exactly. I forgot that you could do that with the Leaf Green and Fire Red cartridges.
Yeah, and Ruby and Sapphire as well.
Yeah,
if you had them in, it affected swarms. And that's what I'm looking forward to with these games. If the original games are so jam packed, they're going to be jam packed now.
What is the name of that parrot Pokemon? Are we going to be able to...
Chatot. Oh, yes, because he was banned. He was banned online. I'm going to assume, because you cannot speak into a microphone on the Switch and have it spew out whatever the hell you give it.
I mean, you could do it on your phone. You could upload your voice clip on your phone, and through Pokemon Home, you give Chatot a voice or something.
I have not seen anything like that on Pokemon Home, but I hope to God no.
That's what I want to see happen.
Because if it is, all I want to know is, Tom, if you have a Chatot on your team, are you going to be telling people to subscribe to Rory Smith on YouTube?
Yes. Well, of course.
Use Chatot as a shameless promo.
Exactly.
I shall
Sorry,
keep moving with notes here.
There.
No, it's no problem. It's no problem. We're nearly at the end of all my notes. As this moment in time, no distinctive methods have been found. Like every generation usually has some methods. Obviously, like back in Gen 4, it was the radar. In X and Y, it was chain fishing. Obviously, like in Let's Go Pikachu Eevee, it was in catching a catch combo, raise your shiny odds. Nothing like that has been found yet. But keep in mind, it was only as of like around 2 weeks ago, the data miners only finally discovered what the shiny hunting method was in Sword and Shield. And that's been out for 2 years. That's the Brilliant Spawn, apparently. So for those who don't know, the Brilliant Spawn, the Aura Pokemon, are the ones with the higher shiny odds. Not just your standard counters, it's the one with the auras. And no one knew of that for 2 years. Because the information was just all over the place. So, as of right now, for BDSP, none of that information is known. But obviously, there's a good chance as the games come out, as more people start playing it, those pieces of the jigsaw will come together.
Perfect.
Right, now this... this one. There is a graphic, again, I can confirm this with a screenshot. if when you go into a route and there is a swarm in the grass, you will see that Pokemon sticking out the grass. The one I saw was a Spinder swarm. So you'll see like a bunch of Spinder, dancing in the grass. They are not physical Pokemon. They're just there as like a visual representative to say like, this is a swarm right here. So you will have to run back and forth like it's standard grass.
Yeah,
but I think it's like a really cool way to, in my opinion, to show, instead of just being looking on your like in-game radar thing, going like, oh, there's a swarm over here. You can actually now physically see it.
Yeah, I was
So
going
that's
to say
something to keep a look out for.
they're going to need to do. Well, I imagine obviously the game's so close to release, they're going to have found solutions to all of this because
Yes,
the whole second screen was a bit of a gimmick for
I
Diamond
haven't
and
seen.
Pearl.
Yeah, I like what they've done with the second screen though, and it sticks in your corner.
Oh, is that what they've done?
Yeah, it's in the trailer. It's in one of the latest trailers. So you can
I've
see it.
not
Like
been
you can see.
watching.
It's like actually showed up in the corner.
Well. All right. Okay. Well. Okay. I guess.
Again, I want to make that clear. That's not a spoiler. That's in a trailer. If you look in the
Yeah.
trailers, that's there. Now, what I wanted to bring up, because we brought this up very briefly before that we started the podcast, there is data for Arceus in the game.
Here we go.
However, some of that information was removed in the day one patch. So what I'm speculating is, much like not Cresselia, I'm a flipping fool, Darkrai and Shaman, it's probably going to be an event. And when that event comes, they'll plop it back in the game. So the information's there, just probably what the base level information they need in it.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're saying he's already
the information for Arceus is in the game. Some of it was being picked out in the day one patch, removed. But what I'm going to speculate, and what people have speculated, is that maybe the best one I've heard is maybe near the release of Legends Arceus. Maybe there'll be the Arceus event when we'll finally get a legit Azure Flute event.
That would be
because that event never left Japan. I don't think it was even released in Japan. I can't remember. But it was for the longest time that event has not been available outside of like cheating devices.
A classic. Hopefully we won't have to cheat again, because if I have to cheat, I will.
I will not.
Yeah, I'll put it on record. Not. Send me to Poke Jail. I'm cheating. I want my legendaries.
And the last bit of information I do have, I did bring up sort of somewhat, I mentioned it earlier, is the Poke Radar. The Poke Radar is back, and it does have some quality of life improvements. The first one is, if you find a shiny, it does not break your chain. Because beforehand, in the original games, if you found a shiny, it would end your chain. But on this, and apparently in the new one now, if you find a shiny, and obviously you catch it, or you knock it out if you're mental, the chain will continue. So if you want to spend 48 hours chaining Bidoof and building an army of shiny Bidoofs, you can do so. And, as in the original games, when you see the grass shake, and then it would stop.
Yeah.
Now the grass will continuously keep shaking, so you'll always know which grass to go to.
Thank goodness, yeah, you don't accidentally step on something.
Yeah. So you're not, if you look away for a moment and think, oh fuck, I don't know what tile to step in now, the grass allegedly does keep shaking, so you can continue to chain. But again, that's probably just in the category of quality of life improvements. Obviously, the company in question have looked at the original games and gone, what can we take from this and just make better and more accessible to everybody? Because even like in X and Y, when Radar returned, it was still the old thing of the grass would shake for a couple of seconds and stop. So you had to hope and pray. You had to keep a full attention. But yes, that's the final notes I have for the shiny hunting assets of BDSP. I hope you all take this information in, and I hope if you do shiny hunt, I wish the best of luck to all of you. And now you're armed with knowledge. Go get your shinies. Thank you for listening to my subject.
Nice subject. Anything else to add?
No, I just finished it all.
You just, bro, you're not paying attention?
Well, you're too busy drawing on Microsoft Paint.
No, I'm going to say, if there's anything else you could, on another page, hang on a minute.
No, that is practically everything. Of course, I did say it at the very start, the shinies are available. Starters are available shinies. All the legendaries are available. static. Obviously, the static encounters are saved before them, encounter them, reset if they're not shiny. But then, other than that, other than those gift mythical Pokemons, it appears everything can be shiny. So, like, in the original games, you can get an Eevee off a lady. You could like, talk to her and keep resetting for a shiny.
Excellent. Well, that's going to help for shiny Nuzlocke, isn't it?
Yes. But yep, that's everything as I know at the moment regarding Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearls shinies.
God, I feel.
I will be shiny hunting on day 1. I'm going for shiny Turtwig.
Excellent, yeah.
May I ask you two, what is your favourite Sinnoh starter? And why?
Sinnoh Star is goodness. I think so there's 2 answers here, all right? There's the funny one and then there's the real one. So, and they're both equally you know what? This is hard. I think Piplup is like my actual favorite one, but also Chimchar's the boy. I
love Chimchar.
Chimchar is a great star, I think. I think just he's got a great design, monkey.
I can imagine you in the boardroom. Why do you like Chimchar? Monk.
That is exactly it.
Monkey.
It's because monkey, because chimpanzee, baby. Despite him being called Infernape in his final, I guess that's a spoiler.
It's not really a spoiler.
I know he's been out for years, but despite him not actually being an ape, that's why I gotta say Piplup is my boy, because it's a penguin and he stays a penguin, and Empoleon's a cool name.
Yeah, he's an emperor penguin, isn't he?
Exactly. Actually, I mean that's it. I think as far as Empoleon goes, it's probably it's one of my favorite designs from that generation. Oh man, I ran Torterra as my first Pokemon. This is a hard question. No, Piplup. Final answer. But let the record state, I love them all.
They're all pretty good. I still like I like Chimchar, definitely.
Okay, you're a Chimchar boy. Okay, I understand. I do want to note it's this weekend. I believe it's Sunday. It's the Shinx weekend, community day for Pokemon Go.
Ooh.
So if you like Shinx and you want one in Pokemon Go, now is your weekend.
I'll probably.
I do not know. I am conflicted. I have stockpiled, so if I'm not going out, I will just be using the auto catcher.
Yeah, I've got records to break.
That's fair enough. Usually Tom and I go out for community days, and Rian does join us on occasion. Yep, there you go. Luxray, the final evolution to Shinx will know for Psychic Fangs. Thank you, Rian.
Well, I know my weekend is now going to be booked between the 18th and 19th of December for this community weekend for Pokemon Go.
Hey!
All the best Pokemon from the year are going to be over 2 days.
Mate, this year's community days have been sort of shit.
Well, I like the Eevee.
I like Machamp because I need Machamp XL candies. I've got 2 Shadow Hundos to max out, and those things are expensive.
Fuck, there's so many. Look up the rest. To start saying them all. I just want
everything. Sorry. Go on.
Sorry, carry on.
I was just going to say that's just everything I've got right now in regards of Pokemon, and I end my case.
That's fair enough.
I just do need to check something IRL for a moment. I can just mute myself for a moment.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be back in like a minute or 2.
Okay, we'll.
Thank you.
Talk amongst ourselves.
Appreciate the information, though, Rian. We didn't have to try and list everything. But yeah, so 18th and 19th, I look like I know what I'm doing. I guess that's unless you have anything else to talk about Pokemon.
As far as Pokemon goes now, I was quite happy to just respond to what everything Cameron was saying there. Bloody hell, it was so much information, huh?
It was. It really was.
This is stuff I would have been Googling on day 1, but now I feel like I've absorbed it. You know.
You know everything that is to do. Well.
Oh baby! I just in the topic change.
Yeah, you like it. Yeah,
me do like it. I do like it.
I guess got to fill in the dead air before Cameron comes back then, because obviously he talked about Pokemon and we all listened. not nice to start a topic.
Yeah. I mean, as far as this goes, I know, like, as far as prep for this goes, have you got clips for this? Because, of course, our statuses in the world have changed recently.
I've got clips and screenshots.
Excellent. You've come prepared.
Or have I come prepared?
Or have you?
No, I've got some screenshots of mainly screenshots because I didn't know what I wanted to clip. That makes sense.
I mean, there's a lot too. It's a long run, you know.
It's like an hour, 2
Not
hours.
the longest, I believe, though.
No, it's true. Oh no, my kneecap finally popped back in place. Jesus Christ, that's.
Has it been off kilter?
You're a.
What's up with your knees?
No, Rian's knees, not mine.
Oh, bloody hell! Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat.
Look at chat. I was sorry. I should have said I'm reading chat, by the way.
Yeah, no, sorry. I thought you'd like bashed your knee in. Sorry.
No.
Sorry to hear, Liam.
Rian's kneecap. Jesus, it's so. Ow. It's painful. Sounds very painful.
What happened? Sorry if you mind my asking. You don't worry. Forget I asked.
I mean, you could.
Cat.
Yo ho ho! I've got a cup of tea.
Oof. Ah.
That's why I was like back in a moment.
I was going to say I
Swelling
I could
finally
do with
went
a
down.
cuppa.
Oof. Would you like to go for a cuppa?
No, don't worry about it.
But at least you popped back. At least you popped your knee back in. That's good.
Would you say you've got the bee's knees?
Yeah, would you say you got the bee's knees? But no. We were waiting for you to come back for
okay, thank you.
Topic changes.
I just want to point out quickly, my apologies. My brother has started downloading the Vanguard free weekend.
Can you tell him to not?
It's 40 gig.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And so far, it just says multiplayer, so whether or not Zombies is bundled in with it, I obviously cannot say. He's only just started downloading it. But can't wait to see what Vanguard multiplayer looks like.
Same.
I'll let you know if it's as bad as it's speculated to be.
You're not to be. No, yeah. That's terror. Like, I will probably do it tomorrow. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'll probably do the Vanguard. See what it's like. No harm in seeing what it's like.
It's a free weekend, so it doesn't
that's the thing. It's free.
They'll be in the office being, oh my god, look, the player numbers are up. And it's like, no, Jerry, it's a free weekend.
Oh, we're popular. We're popular. Yeah. It's like, no, free weekend. But no.
The fact they got to do a free weekend this quick, though.
To get it. Yeah, hopefully your knee's feeling better, Rian. Fingers crossed.
But I'll let you move on to the next subject. Sorry.
But yeah, so another subject is, if you can read, it says topic 2. World of War. Bugger. Sorry, I messed it up. It's Call of Duty World of War record runs.
Yes,
As
I'm a gamer.
we well know, we have been trying to beat some. Trying to get I've been trying to get my name out in the record world. I kind of dragged you both along for the ride. Unfortunately,
it's been somewhat of a fun ride.
It's been alright.
Why are you talking about it like it's over?
It doesn't stop.
The ride never ends.
We gotta get our Shinonuma back, boys.
We do. We really do.
Like
because, well, first of all, oops, that is blue. Yeah, I didn't do that. But round 33, Doris. We are a record holder right there, baby. There, record. It's on our look. Our record's on the stream. Look.
Quite epic. I love this.
I love the quality of this image.
Could you just stretch it? Could you make it full height? Could you just stretch it top to bottom, please?
Look, round 23. Do you know what map that was?
Is that Verrucked?
That is Verrucked. Correct. Like you said, we still need to get Numa 1 back. Fortunately, as you can see. Someone's gone vitamin C, good vitamin, has gone and
Taking it from us.
taken it from us. As you can see, we had 23. We were like, yeah, we did well.
Gosh. We were beaten by 8, huh? We got curb stomped there, huh?
We did, unfortunately, but it happens. However, we
can
will.
Take that back.
We can take it back. However, this is what we should be looking at. Is after our Shinonuma run, is try to do a flawless. Can you guess what map this is?
Hang on. That is.
Nacht.
Yeah, I think George is right.
No, it's Verrucht.
That's Verrucht.
That's
really?
Verrucht. As you can see, there's the window to like the power up by there.
Oh right, yeah, I see. And there's the fountain at the bottom there. Yeah.
Yep, there's the fountain.
Okay.
Yeah, so 33, and look, it's vitamin C again. Look.
Are you trying to start a rivalry here, Tom?
Start
is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
I feel like this is
Saying
a call out.
Initially, we were being overtaken by a bunch of Irish fellas, so there's a bit of Welsh and Irish brawling going on here. But
no, there's
it's
no
friendly
peace within the Celts.
Oh yeah, peace within the Celts. I get you. All right, lads, you get the record just for this week. Go on, take that ray gun, you little scamp. Get out of here.
Ruffles head.
Yeah.
Ruffles head.
Just as long as we beat the English, all right.
But no, it's a record run's fun. Very, 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 very fun. We still need to do flawless Verrucht 4-player. We got strategy down, but obviously our recent we had Will with us. But however, I think if we replace Will with someone, we could potentially get round 32 and beat Ted Lasso, Chuck, Leon, and Great Barrel.
Sorry, excuse me. Ooh.
I generally think that we can see. But no, I've had fun doing it. I've generally doing it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it has been fun to play zombies in like a different way.
Yes. Obviously,
sometimes it can be a little grindy, I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest, it is a little grindy sometimes, especially when it's like, one of the rougher days where it's like we're not just getting progress, we're not getting to the PB.
Yeah.
Then
well,
that
was our last session. I don't think you streamed it, but our last session was kind of like that. But also, like, just enjoy zombies.
Yeah, like I've been enjoying doing record for no perks. Doris. As you can see, that's the leaderboard.
For Doris?
For Doris, yeah, no perks.
I love how you're just pulling up screenshots.
I love how you're doing this all in paint.
Yeah, because I was gonna put it onto OBS, but paint was already up. So
I've seen that man, the Chinese fella. I've seen his name on a few record boards.
Yeah,
I love his name is ha 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 ha. They're just a string of numbers.
But that's the
Great
record.
name, my friend. Great name.
Really want to beat, but I have a problem. Okay, it's tough. It's a tough demo. But
I think that that French guy there at number 1.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has like a load of high round records.
Probably.
I think he's like up there with like the Krups, people like him who are like, oh, just like the greatest of the greatest. It seems the French are really good at COD zombies.
But there's a problem that I have with just people uploading runs to YouTube. This is an 8 minutes 35. This person got around 52. This is just one example.
Can I just quickly ask, just to be, like the neutral arbiter, whatever?
Yeah.
I have seen one similar to this. However, in their description, they do put a link to the full video.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they have like the sort of the front video,
highlights.
which is like the flavor text, yeah. And then in the descriptions, they have a link to their full version, like on an unlisted upload.
Yes.
Have you noticed this with any of them? Because I've noticed it with the Verrucht one, because I was looking at the Verrucht.
Yeah, I've noticed with a few, but
and they stayed in the Thompson room.
But this is uploaded to the records itself. So
so this is the one. This is the run they show.
They've uploaded
on ZWR.
Yes, they don't. I haven't seen it. So anything could happen in between. Obviously, if they have the live with them, like you said, if they put it in a Twitch bio, it's fine. But anything could happen in between, because we, as I was showed before. I can't remember the guy's name. There was obviously that person who.
Are you talking about the live streamer who would go up to the box, then type the command in?
Be like,
DG2?
oh, I've got the DG2. How did this happen? Oh no, how did this happen? They will never know. So, what stops people from cheating like that?
Yeah, I do understand where you're coming from.
So
obviously, we have no affiliations to the people who run ZWR.
Oh, no.
I personally myself don't think we should start anything. That's the last thing, sort of want.
No, I mean,
but I do understand your point where the fact it's chopped up footage should be a red flag. If you can then show us full footage.
Well, this person
fair
has.
enough.
This
Again,
in
fact, I like that idea that I saw with the Varrock Runner, where he had like that one video just showing highlights, and then had a link to the full version.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's for content. It's a lot more digestible, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, this is going up on a world record site. I think other boards would flag that, wouldn't they? And it's not like to start shit. It's like I wouldn't dare accuse anybody of cheating, but it is quite easy to just pull up the command prompt in
World at War.
In World at War specifically,
especially on solo.
Exactly. So, I mean, in the instance that you showed there, Tom, who was that? I don't know if you.
I won't say anything. But yeah.
Do they have a link in their description?
Yeah, they did. That's always a bad example.
There you go. So in their instance, I think that's okay. And also, one of the biggest, like, it feels like a barrier to entry. It's not really a barrier to entry. It is cumbersome though. But uploading a video straight from OBS to YouTube, especially on long runs, like that hour-long run was a 60 gigabyte file for me, and uploading that would take the whole day. And it's just, at times, it does not feel like that's worth it. So if you can cut it down and upload that, then I get that.
Yeah, I get that. I just feel like if you upload it to YouTube and then upload that to Zombie World Records, and you don't have a link to the main one, it's just a bit.
Well, they certainly should request more verification. That's for sure.
Unless, yeah, I just find it a bit because, like I said, if I'm watching that streamer basically cheated, well, he did cheat. It has put me on like high, yeah, which is understandable because I do record runs. Like some people have cheated doing a speed run before, and what does that doesn't give you any satisfaction. What do you achieve? I got a world record, but what cost? You cheated. Like, I personally, for me, I wouldn't feel fulfilled and happy that I've got this like title or achievement, because if I did cheat, it's like I cheated. What's the point? What's the point in doing it if you're just gonna cheat? You don't get any satisfaction or glory from it because it's not your own hard, tired, blood, sweat, and tears gone into it. It's just like console command done. It's like, no, what are you getting from this? Are you getting like, bragging rights to be like the best in the world? No.
I mean, the only thing I can really think of, I mean, it's World at War. Like, what clout is there really?
Well, this is for the example, like overall, like in everything, because like you put all hard. It's stupid. I would never cheat. I want it personally. It's a challenge, not. If I wanted to cheat and get somewhere, yeah, I would.
That's
it's
what
easy.
I was bringing up with clout. I believe has been brought the case in the past, not with COD World at War, but like in other popular games, speedrunning games like Doom, GoldenEye, and that, where people have cheated to try and build up their reputation, build up their fame, but then like years later it gets called out. This guy cheated, and obviously naturally that throws their whole career under the bus, because obviously they cheated at the start. Which don't get me wrong. Especially, younger people. I don't mean that as to tarnish all young people. Obviously, everyone's cheated in a video game at some point. Classic examples being like GTA.
Obviously.
As a kid, you got stuck on it. When I first ever played Stranger's Wrath, I'm not going to get into too much. I love Stranger's Wrath. But when I struggled with that as a kid, I did occasionally swap into God mode just to get past that section. And obviously, over the years, I got better with the game, and now I can run through the whole game like perfectly. So everyone cheats at a game. It's just obviously some people take that mentality into a competitive environment,
which you shouldn't, because in the competitive environment, there's free time and all that. Yeah, so it's okay.
But again, that's the thing. They use that then say, "I'll build up my reputation." They just don't expect to ever be called out on it.
Yeah, and if they get called out, I remember someone getting called out on it before. This is no names given or anything, and this person just got very angry and defensive. It's like, hang on a minute. Wait,
have you had beef before?
No, I was just being in someone's chat, and someone's giving someone else stick for cheating and all that, and we're just banning people left, right, and centre for accusing them of cheating, all that and all stuff. So,
see, because the biggest thing I can imagine, like why someone would cheat, is to troll. Obviously, the World at War, I guess, speedrunning community is very small.
It's a very niche community.
It is very niche, yeah, and so, like,
popular as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, to get under people's skin, you could just. I mean, it's a bit of a dedicated troll. I'll be honest, because you still have to get to high round, even if you're putting the weapons.
Yeah, that's still a few hours you're spending.
Yeah, it is quite silly.
As you said, there are some people out there who will go to that effort just for quote-unquote trolling.
Yes.
We do a little bit of trolling, as they say.
We do a little bit of trolling here. No. I would just never do anything like that because it just... on my skin. No. Well, why have I cheated? I've not done it, I've just cheated myself.
I have won, but at what cost?
Well, as you can see, I hold 2 world records. Still,
yes, you do.
Carried on stream.
Very epic. Very cool.
Oh, we got.
I love ZWR's like low res version of the Welsh flag.
I know. It's not even
like the modern Welsh flag. If that makes any sense. Like the design of the Welsh dragon has changed over years. That's like the old Welsh flag.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love it in the charming sense, but at the same time, it's like that's the old Welsh flag. We have a modernized version
on it. The outline on the new Welsh dragon's black, isn't it?
Yeah, they put a black lining around it.
But no, like, I don't know. But speaking of like, so that's my 2 world record, and that.
What's going on here, Tom?
The stream has fallen apart. It's gone Stanley
Parable
on us.
I just accidentally put some.
Oh, the same World at War. We've now gone from World at War to just record runs.
Yeah, record runs, because
Got you, man.
Look, with loads, without loads, see, look, my go. Blue
Chamber. You got a 1st place.
2 first places.
Wow.
So I hold 2 speedrunner records. Apparently, which is good.
Look at you, taking over.
So, which I've been enjoying.
I bet you walked up to Reen and was like, hey, I'm a world record holder. Do you want to hold my hand? And she just slapped you across the face.
Get out of here. As you can see, like, the difference, though, it's like Roy Smith, and I've used my name.
Oh, you got your pronouns there. That's very 2021 of you.
Yeah, I got a link to Twitch, but yeah, you got Vanilla 8 here, Roy Smith. So I might change that to Vanilla 8 here to fit it. Can't change it, but no, I've set myself a challenge. I got 6 weeks until 2022.
6 weeks, fucking hell.
To do Duries, no perks. Get that record.
Ooh. Good luck.
Which is good. Like I said, I'm very confident in it, if I'm honest. No, I feel comfortable, more relaxed.
Well, you are moving forward with it. I think you just make the occasional goof up, which costs a run. Like earlier when you went into that corner a bit too deep.
Yeah.
And the zombie started circling around you. I was like, that's no good. Because if you used the DG2, you would have zapped yourself, making yourself a 1-hit.
Exactly. But I am happy. I am happy with the route that I'm taking. I feel more comfortable going down, and I have to go in. Go into the Thompson room. I can comfortably loop, I think, and then go back, and then like I'm comfortable the way it is. It's just I like consistently getting like 30s and all that, which is nice. I just So yeah, I definitely think I can get it. For sure. I just have to sit down, probably change my outward, stream on Saturday, and make it a World of War day, if I'm honest. Because I reckon I sit down properly and then do it. And then obviously then I'll probably change Kingdom Hearts 2 on Sunday and do outward speedrunning to try and potentially beat either the 48 minutes one or the 2 hours one.
Yeah.
The hero Kingdom one. I probably won't beat. I suck.
Well, don't say that, because I mean you got 2 first place and you got one above than any percent.
I mean, you just haven't practiced it.
And just like zombies, you got to work on it. So right now you say you suck at it,
because I think
you said about that with World at War months ago.
True.
And now you are gaining records. Obviously, right now you got 2 world records.
Technically,
so it's just a matter of working on it, Because even if, like, on one stream you just focus on one route of the speedrun.
Yeah, like
obviously to most people they might not watch that, but to you, that's you building up your knowledge, and that's how speedrunners end up like speedrunning entire games in like an hour.
Hardcore is tough. I can't just kill myself, and then rinse repeat. I can't just do that. With hardcore, you have you roll a d20. If you get under 10, you die. You permadive, so it makes it a hell of a lot tougher. But no, I'm just gonna.
You're just gonna. Ooh.
You're gonna quickly what?
Look at my Twitch. Look at my Twitch. There we go.
I love how you quickly covered that up. Don't look. Don't look.
Well, you can look at chat. You can look to see who I follow. I don't really care. I just want to highlight the fact.
How have you followed Amaranth 12 times?
How is this even possible?
I just really want to highlight. This part. This part.
The melon. Yeah, if I swear that's the last thing I'm going to see before I die.
It's the melon.
That is the face of death. That is the face of a banshee.
But as you can see, I put my world records in there too.
Very nice.
I don't think anyone looks down and go, "Ooh."
I love how you have a former world records there. Former. You should put that in italics.
I mean, so you're officially this is you coming out as officially a record streamer.
Oh no, you're making it meta, Tom, by scrolling up there.
Keep going. Look at it. It's gonna keep going.
Right. So, how many of these rules have I broken? Let me have a quick game of bingo. Bingo, 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 bingo,
no.
bingo, 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 bingo. Wait, there's more rules on this. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Oh crap.
No, in my see, like I put in my description. Hi, I'm Rory Smith. Hi, Rory Smith. I like to break records speedrun, so I've actually put it in my title. Speedrun. And then I've also got my link to my YouTube, my Twitter, my YouTube Live, my Instagram, website.
Oh, your website? I didn't know you had a website.
Oh, you can even watch the trailer.
God's sake.
There you go, that's my trailer. But yeah, you get the gist.
I don't see a flipping trailer. Oh, there it is.
Well, no, there's
I remember this from Train Sim, yep.
But yeah, it is what it is. But no,
it is what it is.
There's a lot more records that I want to try and go for. I want to go to like Legend of Grimrock.
Yes, I suggested that to you. Yes.
Death to Spies. There's a lot of things I want to.
Oh my god! Yeah, you still need to get. You need to do Death to Spies.
A lot of things I need to. A lot more things I need to do. Because I enjoy it. Like I love the challenge. Challenges.
Do you think? Just out of question, speaking of like record runs and that, do you think you'll ever try anything in Pokemon? Because there's like any percent, there's no hit percent.
Oh my goodness, that is it's such a heavily contested realm. I feel.
But I don't even mean like for him to like set a world record, but just like for fun, he'd be like, hey, I'm gonna play through Pokemon Shield without taking a hit.
Oh my goodness.
Mate, look up small ants.
Yeah,
I watched Small Ants.
Yes.
it'll
He
be
did the platinum run where he didn't take hits, or he did. Obviously, he reset back to a gym, but that's what I mean. Just for like the hell of it, are you gonna like do runs just to like try it out and be like, oh, this is kind of fun. Oh, not a fan.
probably will like have fun and see what happens. Like, because I just love the added handicap, the challenge to be like, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna speedrun World of Tanks and see how long it takes before I get abused in chat. Ah, 2 minutes. Let's go.
I gotta beat 2 minutes. Let's go.
That is not a statement about World of Tanks players. Just let me out very clear.
It was a joke.
That was a joke.
No, like, for example, I could potentially try and no-hit a game called Elden Ring when it comes out in February.
Oh my goodness!
Hey, what a transition!
Oh my
Glory
goodness!
praise!
Which there was a network test.
Real smooth.
Which there was a network test which
There was a...
Yes?
Oh my... Sorry, I started a sentence, started stretching. Yes, there was a closed network test last weekend, where a bunch of selected players, if you signed up, I guess I want to think it was a first come first serve situation, because I know you signed up for it, didn't you, Tom?
Yes, I did.
But you didn't. You didn't get onto it, and I distinctly remember that I was really lucky in the sense that when I did sign up for it, it was because I saw the tweet, which was just a direct link, like as it came out. So it wasn't like it was just by happenstance. I was like
at the right
moment. It was one of the right moments. So like a lot of people got to play it. Don't get me wrong. It's not like, oh, I'm so blessed type of thing. But I think that's why I wound up getting on it, and perhaps you didn't. And so yeah, I guess the long and the short is I got to play Elden Ring a good few months before release, and I think it's going to be the same case with like what Cam said. I'm not gonna. I don't really want to spoil it, because this game, from what I've played, is like its potential to be From Software's probably best. Well, it's at least its most ambitious, assuming it sticks the landing. There are a bunch of issues that I think do need ironing out, but if they do get them ironed out, there's no reason why Elden Ring couldn't be From Software's best game to date.
No,
What do you think of that statement, fellas?
I think it's pretty good.
That's a fair statement.
Like I
appreciate the sentiment of not going to throw any spoilers out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, for people who are interested in it, like, there's a plethora of content creators out there who've recorded it, and you'll be able to see it. It's not really worth me describing it if you can just go and watch it. But I'm gonna keep this segment pretty short, and the only thing I guess I really want to bring up is, like, I think prior to playing the closed network test, I had a lot of worries about this game, because it's an open world game, and it's not like open world in the same sense of like the original Dark Souls trilogy, where you could like go to different places that are set on linear paths. It's genuinely truly open world. You can climb the tallest mountain, you can fall off it, and it's kind of a blessing and a curse, because there are still some things with Elden Ring that are Souls-like, in the sense that like there's fall damage in the game. In the open world segments, which, you know, fair enough, you got to make it hard, but also certain bosses roam the open world and are also susceptible to the same fall damage that you are. So there are some instances. I can see where this is going.
I can see where this is going.
There are some instances where you can walk a boss up a mountain and just get out of the way of its attack, and it'll throw itself off. And that's like some early game just AI tracking issues. It's something that I'm sure From Software is gonna either patch that out or make it harder, because to get a boss up to a mountain, to throw it off a cliff anyway, is almost as hard as killing the bosses on the open world anyway. One of the things I was super happy to learn about playing that game is that it's still like, it's probably, I had the hardest time with an open world boss than I've had on like most bosses since maybe I've played against the Nameless King, you know? So the game is still a good, hearty difficulty, and like that's all I want from this, because making something open world, you get the opportunity to exploit it because perhaps it's not been developed fully, or there's areas where you can take them where there's the environmental damage happening or something like that, and you could cheese your way through it easier. But what I learned from playing the game is that if you did want to do that, it's as difficult as fighting the boss, and therefore it feels earned. They've really hit the nail on the head. And I don't want to be a shill for From Software, but I feel comfortable with my pre-order now. And if you've been hesitating with your pre-order, I fully recommend it, because as a Dark Souls game, it's probably the most smooth. It feels more like Sekiro is what I kind of want to say. It doesn't feel like it's clunky, like you're super heavy, but you also feel like you exist in that world. You don't feel like a Devil May Cry character who can fly around, so to speak. Does that make sense, Tom?
Yes, I've seen gameplay, so a lot of videos about it. So yeah, I get you.
Yeah. You obviously, you've seen some spoilery stuff, but like, without talking about spoilers, there's not too much to say other than I'm super happy with the way that the game turned out.
It's visually pleasing.
Oh my goodness! Like, obviously, it's not Demon Souls, and I guess I'm not disappointed because the art direction in that game is so phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, so there's obviously big inspirations from Lord of the Rings that like comes through big time, but there's also a lot of inspiration still from Berserk and Lovecraft is another one. Miyazaki still seems obsessed with Lovecraft, so all of the sort of dark themes from Dark Souls and Bloodborne, it feels like it's all coming together.
Yes, it really does. Which
I guess I don't have much to say on it. That's pretty much it. Is there anything you want to say about it, Tom?
Apart from, I'm happy it's kind of delayed. If that makes because it means it gives them more time to. They want it to be perfect. They absolutely just want it to be best that it can be, and more.
I think it's paramount. I really do, like, just for From Software's reputation, because I already know I'd like to see a sequel from this game, just outright. But the only way it's going to get it is if it doesn't do what Cyberpunk did and release with the bugs that it has. Like, the bugs didn't happen frequently, but they're enough to be noticeable. And the last thing I want is Elden Ring to be compared to Skyrim for the wrong reasons, if you know what I mean.
Yes, definitely.
Can you get a sweet roll in this game? That's a question.
Just true. We message. Hello, can you put in some sweet? No, I have a.
That was my feedback at the end of the closed network test. I only played it for one of the days. I had like 3 or 4 network slots, and I played for the first day for about 3. Well, I played 2 sessions. That's a lie. So I played about a good 6 hours of the game, and it got to the point where I was like, I just want to play this as it comes out now. I want to experience the full thing now.
I
got the gist,
dampened or wetted, whatever you call it.
Yes. My whistle was whetted.
Yes. Your taste buds were buzzing.
Yes.
But no.
That's exactly what I said when I finished it. I said,
despair.
I'm still definitely I pre-ordered the deluxe edition, and I'm happy.
Do you know what it is? I really hope there's a midnight launch for the game. I haven't been to one in ages, but I think it'd just be nice to attend. Oh my goodness. Where would we go? Game isn't open anymore.
Is it not, though?
No, the game in main shopping centre has gone. Okay. However, it's in House of Frasers.
Is it opened up? Because
It is open up. I've been in there. It's very bare basic. It's very unfortunate. And for some reason, they sell Games Workshop paints and minis in one corner.
Just don't question.
Okay, sure.
Like, why? I don't understand.
That's really sad because
it's a very unfortunate end for game.
Because they had their last ditch effort, and I thought it was a good idea. It just, I think they marketed it wrong. Yeah. Sorry, we're going way off. But I think it's a good topic. It's So Game did Beyond, didn't they? They did they did a Belong thing where they kitted half of their stores out with like
with esports stuff, yes.
yeah, well, not even esports. So that's the thing. They marketed it as but esports stuff, where it's just like it should have been marketed as like a bar where you could go and play games and make it a more social thing.
What do you call it? Like a cyber cafe.
Like a cyber, like we've got one. We've got a couple of them in like we've got the arcade vaults here in Cardiff.
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up. Yes,
exactly. So they should have done it like that because Belong came around before that, and they had the opportunity to do it, but I think what they did is they followed the market that they thought was going to be big, which is esports, and it's just not comfortable.
They bet on the wrong horse.
They did. Like obviously esports is a massive commodity, but like
not to the common masses though.
Exactly. So you're gonna get some competitive people, but like getting people to walk in off the street and pay money to play games, they're not. I mean, you can do it at home. You gotta create an environment where they feel like they want to meet new people.
Yeah.
And they just didn't.
It's the exact same thing I feel like about, again, not to go too far off topic, but it's like tournaments at like tabletop events. You know, like, I initially wanted to enter a tanks tournament when that first came out.
Yeah.
But I never did because I didn't feel like I was, in a situation where I was comfortable. Because don't get me wrong, Firestorm's a lovely place, lovely staff, and generally the people there are great. But as you said, sometimes it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Because like most people, so for me, sorry, I don't mean to cut you on there.
No,
but
go ahead.
I have a competitive Soviet army for tanks. What you've seen, Tom, is just like a little bit of it, is a drop in the bucket to my Soviet list.
Only show you 1% of my true power.
Oh yeah, you've only seen a small battalion of my Red Army. But a lot of people who would be playing the game aren't going to be building army lists. They aren't going to be building massive swarms of Panzer IVs or Shermans or Cromwells. They're just going to be, people who've picked up 1 or 2 boosters and are just trying the game out.
Yeah.
So you've got people like that, but then you've got like people on the other end where I would sit. When I say sit, I mean like I'm casual. I'm open about that. I'm casual. I'm not a pro. Maybe something like Warhammer might be a stronger example of bolt action, Flames of War, where you got people who live the game. They live and breathe the rule book. They just build and build and build and build. Because then on one hand you got people who don't know what they're doing, and then you got the other hand who people who just destroy you.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I felt with like the esports, the esports thing in game. Because you have the people who don't know what they're doing. They're like, okay, we're playing Overwatch. What the fuck's a tracer? But then you got the people on the other hand who are the sweaty tryhards who like know the meta, they know the strats. So it always end up being like a very unbalanced experience. Which don't get me wrong, it'd still be fun, but it's not always fun when you get the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah. But this is the thing. So like I played like Yu-Gi-Oh competitively for a very short period, and it's like So, like, what's so funny, Tom?
Nothing, carry on.
I remember that fucking deck.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because trust me, I was not the worst. The thing about, like, what Firestorm does so well, and I think a lot of tabletop places, and video game cafes should do the same, is, like, there's a lot of casual play. Like, casual tournaments, right?
Yeah.
And you could roll up and you could test a deck, or you could just have some fun and shoot the shit. But there'd be people who come up to casual tournaments practicing for the big tournaments. And it's kind of not a problem because where else are you going to test it? But also, like, there are children here.
Yes, bada bing, bada boom. Your point is exact.
They just want to have fun.
And I'm not, because it's a bit of a tough one because you can't exactly restrict it, but you got the tryhards. And it feels awful when you're just trying to have a good time and they're like sweating on the other side of the table.
Yes, that is exactly as I just described. You've just described everything I said perfectly.
What I think what needs to happen for a lot of things is like casual play needs to be
set rules.
Not even set rules. It's part of the game design. A game needs to be so balanced that casual play is possible at high levels. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Warhammer is pretty good at that. You can roll up. It's the reason I play Orcs. They are pretty garbage as far as armies go because it's 100% RNG.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I can still go. I can take my Orcs and I can roll those dice and I can beat any opponent in one turn because of that RNG, and that's the fun of it. And the same can be said for armies fighting back against orcs.
Yeah.
So yeah. Sorry, that was a weird offshoot, guys.
It's alright.
It was a weird offshoot, but I think, as you said, though, it works exactly the same with gaming. Like Game, or I guess it's GameStop in other countries, and I don't know what other countries' equivalents are. As you said, they set up like this bit. It was in the back of the shop, where they had like pre-built PCs and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
where they were intending to host esports event. I think the idea was as well. Not to bring. Sorry, I keep bringing up Pokemon. My apologies.
Idiot.
But back when X and Y first came out, Game were hosting a tournament.
Yeah.
But that tournament was connected to the main like Pokemon, nationals and internationals.
Yeah.
So I think what Game were trying to do was maybe a similar thing with like Overwatch, for example, because that's like one of the go-to esports games. So I think the idea was Game was going to be like, "Hey Blizzard, let us host your events," and it would benefit us both. You get business, we get business. But then, as you said, in reality, most casual people going into Game wouldn't even know that part of the shop exists.
Nope.
Well,
you would have to have been in the know.
That's part of the poor marketing on GameSpot, because they hid it in the back. You had to like go behind the counter, and it always felt a little bit dirty. They should have made it the front of shop.
Yeah, it's because no one wants to like go at the back of the shop because it feels like you're trespassing.
I remember a while ago, and it comes up brilliantly in what you said earlier. I think it was when they first opened it, they were hosting an Overwatch event, and I think it was you, George, who said, "Oh, why don't we enter?" And I said, "No, because we're going to get the shit kicked out of us, and it'll be a very one-sided event." Which, don't get me wrong, I understand you can be shit at something and still have fun, but there is times where you just, as you said, you get absolutely demolished, and it's not fun. It doesn't even feel rewarding to play.
Yeah,
it was just watching the clock tick down.
Like in those instances, you have to sort of rely on like community and other things other than the game. You have to be able to go there.
The people around you are good sports as well.
Exactly, and you have to be able to. So this is the environment that places like Firestorm creates, with a bar and a cafe, and casual play is so important because, like I said, when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, there was like kids felt comfortable enough to show up and play the game. I think Firestorm make most of their money off of casual play.
Yeah. Oh, of course they do.
Which is why, I mean, listen, Arcade Vault is the same. Bar at the front of the house, and you can show up and just play the games casually. You got to have that option, and Game did not. They went full dubstep.
Okay, I get you. Which it was their downfall.
Yes. Well, it was such because I thought Belong was a really good idea. They just marketed it terribly.
And now they're sitting in corners. I've seen two, I can tell you. So the one here, it's in House of Fraser on the top floor. And the second one I've seen out of the city is inside Sports Direct.
Damn.
In the corner. Because obviously the guy who owns Sports Direct owns Game and also owns Spoons.
Oh, really?
It's if I'm not mistaken, it's John Weatherspoons owns, obviously, Spoons, Sports Direct, and now owns Game.
Wow,
the guy who owns Weatherspoons is not called John Weatherspoons.
Is he not? My apologies.
It's a made him.
That is some misinformation there. I apologise, but no, the guy who owns all those three. So you know what they should do? Gaming Spoons, Gamer Spoons.
Yeah, I mean that's Arcade Vault. Oh, but
I get, yeah, Weatherspoons meets like esports. Yeah. It would be such. Could you imagine? You have like the old timers coming into their pub, oh Terry, how's the plumbing and all that, and they just walk in. There's all fucking like gaming keyboard and gaming computers, and it's like, the fuck is this?
I feel like they just wouldn't attend.
No, it would have to be its own thing, or like on a separate floor at the very least.
Weatherspoons Gaming League.
Interesting.
You get a free extra scoop.
Ice cream. Leave me alone with my children.
Speaking of, we got to go over spoons again sometime.
I do want to bring up, because you brought up gaming, there was something you were telling me about before, and I want to know about it now, because I said wait until we're on the podcast for it to tell me about it. What the fuck were you saying about Ariana Grande choking Naruto?
I
It's like
completely
the
forgot we
It's
talked
the
about
Fortnite
the
meets
Fortnite metaverse with Ariana Grande fighting Naruto.
Yeah,
This sounds like the most weirdest shit post I've ever heard.
It's gonna be so. Do you know how like there's like a Wikipedia game and you can sort of get to any franchise through Smash Bros.
Oh, I know the Wikipedia game. Yeah.
Well, so basically, there's like a thing you can do where like because there's so many franchises in Smash Bros. If you make your way to the Smash Bros. Page, you can make your way to any other page or something like that.
Yes.
It's gonna be the same with Fortnite because of how many IPs they're introducing. The most
Yeah.
recent IP added to Fortnite, I'm sure Rian knows, is Naruto.
Yeah. I
uh,
sent her the reveal trailer.
that's right. And so, obviously, they've added Naruto, they've added Sasuke to the game, and it's like I think it's a great thing. You know, I'm a big Naruto fan. I think if it introduces a bunch of people to Naruto, that's great. I just think it's funny with that to see Naruto with guns, but also
I didn't even think of that. Fucking Naruto's gonna be rocking like a Scar L, then whipping a fat 90 on fucking John Wick.
well,
It sounds like a shit post.
it's a shit post. It's funny. Like there's already videos of like people making like Sasuke dance and things like that. It's
And you're gonna have Naruto with John Wick and Thanos and Captain America.
well, that's the thing. Ariana Grande is a character in Fortnite.
yeah.
So sorry, I've still got the image up. Let me post this image for you. I don't know. You can bring it up if you want, Tom. But this image is officially canon.
It reminds me of when Steve was first revealed in Smash, and everyone was just like, this can't be real. It can't be real because it just looks like something someone would do on Source Filmmaker."
There we go. It's on stream.
It's canon.
No.
Why are celebrities Actually, it reminds me. There's a set of YouTubers in Payday 2, so never mind. I can't speak about Fortnite.
That's
fucking
the thing.
Hate Tree is in Payday 2.
Like I know Travis Scott's having a bit of a naughty right. Well, I say a bit of a naughty. What's happened is actually a massive tragedy.
Yes.
He's been removed from Fortnite.
Oh, he's sitting there in his fancy house going, no, not Fortnite, anything but Fortnite.
So unfortunately, we'll never see Sasuke get revenge on Travis Scott. Who else is in bloody Fortnite? I think Lil Nas X was in Fortnite for a little bit as well.
Yeah, he was for an event, wasn't he?
Uh,
The only recent thing I really know about the game is when Time Magazine did the event with Martin Luther King's speech.
What?
And they had okay, so they had an event with Time Magazine, where you teleported into is it called Washington Square? Monument Square. Any Americans could correct me here. You know where Dr. King gave his famous speech to "I Have a Dream." They recreated that in Fortnite, and even the official Dr. King foundation came out and said, "We didn't give approval to this."
fuck are they doing?
Yeah, that's that. I mean, that's just plain odd, huh? It's just something else.
Yeah.
At this point, this only like strengthens my point that like the Wikipedia game is going to be so much easier to link things to Fortnite now.
Yeah.
No, you do. You got like the whole. Fortnite is just weird. You got Raven. Well.
From Nickelodeon, that's a Raven.
What do you mean, Raven from Teen Titans?
Teen Titans, Lara Croft.
Teen Titans.
Oh my goodness!
Lara Croft. You got obviously, like you said, John Wick and all that. It's like I'm pretty sure they've added like.
You're gonna get a Dragon Ball event. You're gonna get a Dragon Ball X Fortnite.
I wouldn't be surprised
You can play Shonen Jump with guns. Oh, not Shonen Jump. Jump Force. Sorry, Jump Force with guns. Because you'll have Goku and Naruto have an intense sniper duel like it's Stalingrad.
You've got like Marvel.
Shonen Jump's the magazines, aren't it?
You've got like Marvel, so you got like Iron Man, Wolverine, Doctor
Marvels,
Doom.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they've added like Kratos. Probably,
that's right, they did add Kratos.
Probably Sanchez, probably Batman, probably.
Rick is in
Rick
Fortnite.
Sanchez can gun down Naruto in cold blood.
It's like Batman can gun down Naruto in cold blood as well. Fortnite is weird, man.
It's funny though.
At first, it was neat, but now, as I said, it just feels like a shit post.
I mean, it's funny. You know, I did almost myself when I saw that Naruto was in there, because my knee jerk reaction is to be like, oh no, a beloved franchise ruined by the system. But it doesn't ruin Naruto. It's funny, and it's going to introduce a bunch of people to a franchise that's really good. You know.
No, that's actually quite a fair point to make in all this.
Superman.
I take back a lot of the criticisms I said about the game. That is actually a legit good point.
Yeah, I mean,
I never thought of it from that perspective.
Like, being honest, like Fortnite wouldn't be as big as it is if it was a terrible game. Like, there's a bunch of things I don't like. Like, I think it's exploiting kids out of money for emotes. But like, ultimately, it's a free to play game that doesn't harm anybody. It's not bad. It's just my preference to not play it. You know?
Yeah.
Just half these kids growing up on Fortnite are going to become construction workers, and that gives me anxiety. Because they're going to be like, okay, we need to build a new pair of flats. It's not structurally stable. Yeah, it is. Shut the fuck up.
Fortnite architects.
Yes. Oh no, I've been shot. I better build the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
No,
could you imagine, like in bloody Warzone? It's like, oh no, I've been shot. I better build the Normandy fortifications.
Well, you know, COD isn't safe. Let's not forget that the dab felt like it started in Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
Fucking Cold War and Warzone that have a bunch of horror characters in it now. They have Ghostface.
Warzone. Yeah, they have.
They got Arnie in it. They got Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, they got Rambo. They've got Judge Dredd. They've got.
That's just so weird. You can
John McClane and all that.
Yeah, have them running around in D's Nuts Machina.
Weird. And it's weird having fucking Captain Price, where you could play Captain Price in the Zombies franchise. It's weird.
Mate, the continuity of Call of Duty is completely out the window because Captain Price was in the very first Call of Duty's fighting for the British paratroopers.
And now look where he is.
And then he made a reappearance. Obviously, you know, I think he was in the first two, disappeared in the third, then reappears in Modern Warfare with the SAS, and he's just been in ever since. So continuity of Captain Price is just out the fucking window.
But people still buy. It's like FIFA. People still buy the games.
Well, don't get me wrong. I think like with COD, it's easy to bash COD. Okay, I'm not talking about Vanguard here. I'm just going. Yeah, I know. Let's not bash COD, but you know, Vanguard. You can legit argue. Mate, that needed to go back in the oven for a few more minutes.
They did not.
I think they just shouldn't. It sucks because a lot of talented people obviously work on the game, right? The game looks insane.
Yeah. I've heard people say a good point. It's not so much Treyarch's fault, it's Activision's fault. Activision could have easily said, hold up, guys. But obviously they didn't.
I think just some poor decisions were made. Like, they tried to make it... The biggest inspiration for that game, you look at the documentaries and stuff, is like, they tried to make it a movie, and they tried to make characters that were like iconic, you know, quote unquote iconic. They tried to make a Master Chief for COD, and that's never what COD has been about. Like, you've completely missed the point, I think. Yeah. Like obviously, COD has been sort of like a punching bag for a while, and in the pursuit of innovation, they've kind of gone backwards.
They tripped over their own laces.
Absolutely they have. And I think they're eating shit now. Those sales are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or as we know, in the UK, that Vanguard's the lowest selling COD on launch since the original Modern Warfare.
I'd say I feel bad, but it's a multi-million-dollar corporation losing money. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Like, but the point I was going to bring about COD is, at the end of the day, COD has its dedicated audience. At the end of the day, you don't play Call of Duty to have the hyper-realistic experience of war. It used to be like that. The original Call of Duty, it was meant to be like, oh shit, this is how bad war is. That's why every time you died, you had a quote about, you know, the objections to war. But now, COD is dedicated to being a fast-paced shooter. That's why they don't focus on like the realistic portions. That's why you can modify guns from the Second World War to be disgusting looking and super modern. It's because it's just focusing on the gameplay, and that's what people buy COD for. You're not trying to have a post-scriptum experience with Call of Duty. If you want to play something like post-scriptum, go play post-scriptum. But so, whilst I do want to bash COD, that's something Tom very much knows from me. I liked initially Vanguard because I was like, oh, cool. I love the World War II games. Obviously, as you know, I'm very into the history of the Second World War. But when I saw them modifying the guns, that's when it actually turned me off.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'd have liked the idea of a Call of Duty where it just leaves the weapons how they are. Like, in Modern Warfare, it makes sense. In the modern age of firearms, you have all sorts of attachments. But with Vanguard, I would have liked to have seen leave the weapons in their state. Because it's like a reflection of the era. It's like, yeah, this was before, you had some experimental side. You had some experimental suppressors, but that's what they were. They were prototypes. They were one-offs, in the back of the shed of, these countries. For example, the STG-44 was the world's first assault rifle that had world's first infrared sight. But that was like one or two built, back in Germany. They were never put to the front lines with those sights on. And, it's like there's a suppressed Sten gun. They exist, but they weren't commonplace.
Yeah, they weren't mass-produced.
Sten guns were, if you know what the M3 Grease gun is, the Americans, the Sten guns is the British equivalent. They're just on the cheap submachine guns. They were just built, with sheet metal to be pumped out quickly. And that's the reality about, a lot of the weapons from the Second World War. Yeah, some of them are quality built. Obviously, they were built to be effective. But they, to me, that is the charm of what an old Call of Duty does. Okay, World at War has the attachments, and I disapprove of that. I will legit criticize World at War for that. But World at War is a different era. I think what they could have done with Vanguard is gone, hey guys, this is what the weapons were like in the Second World War. There's nothing exciting to them, because at the end of the day, they weren't there going, hey, look at my shiny gun. It was just, here's gun, go kill.
Yeah.
They were primitive weapons, and I think the game should have reflected that era of weaponry. I know it wouldn't have been popular, because obviously, like I said, with the Modern Warfare crowd, that obviously, because ever since like COD, I believe it'd be COD 4 Modern Warfare, you've had gun customizations in some way, shape, or form. I think personally at best it was Black Ops 1. Or maybe like even Black Ops 3 has like amazing gun customization. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen a World War II game by Call of Duty where it has no modifications to the guns. It leaves the guns how they are. And I'll put my case to bed there.
Well, no, you made a good case. I mean, I think that's what I'd like to see. And like the thing about bringing it back to Vanguard, right? It's like they tried to make it cinematic, but also like, you've kind of butchered the history. So what's the point of like recording it as a film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Call of Duty wouldn't work as like a slow-paced film anyway. It's too fast-paced. I think what they need to do is just keep pushing out those remakes of beloved games whilst they get their shit together and actually think of something new.
That's what I mean. I think there is a legit problem with Call of Duty, because I think the few times they did try to innovate, it's either stuff games have already done in the past, or it's stuff people like they think is cool, but the general player base but not really want it in every single game. So obviously, you had the EXO movement in Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, and Black Ops 3.
Yeah,
I think people liked it initially, or is a little shaky, but once it was refined, it was good. But then the fact they kept bringing it in, people were like, okay, that's enough.
Well, do you know what it is?
Hence why Infinite Warfare is the most I think it's the second most disliked video now on YouTube.
I mean, that makes sense. I think the issue with Infinite Warfare is that, unfortunately, it came out in rivalry with Titanfall, which did all of that stuff better.
Yeah.
True.
But
was good.
At the end of the day, as much as we bash COD, at the end of the day, COD is there for people who like fast-paced shooters.
Yeah,
and I can respect that. But I still think there's no excuse for the state Vanguard has come out in.
Yeah, there's just not really...
COD does, even Vanguard. That was the initial point I was going to get to. We sort of went off onto Route B. Not talking about transit, Tom, shut up. But that's at the end of the day, COD has its foundation, fast-paced shooters. And even Vanguard, in the state it is a fast-paced shooter. And I think no matter what COD will ever do, it will always stay that, because that's what people expect from the franchise.
Yeah.
That's why franchises like Pokemon can't go too far away, because then people will go, what is this? This is not what I want. So I think, unfortunately, as much as we don't like it, and we complain that, oh, why doesn't Game Freak try this, or why doesn't Activision or Treyarch try this? It's because, in reality, it's going to go back into that feedback loop. If they try something too different, we're just going to reject it. We're going to say, oh, it's not what we want.
Well, that is actually an interesting thing, because we're seeing a sort of or we have been seeing since like the middle of the 2010s, this thing where like you'll see a franchise disappear for a good while. Like it started with Assassin's Creed, I think, where people got really sick of the formula and they went away and they made Assassin's Creed Origin, and it was one of their best-selling, best-received Assassin's Creed games to date because they changed the formula. What I think developers need to do in situations like COD is they actually need to let the franchise go away enough for people to miss it and then reinvent it. It's the same with what happened with God of War. Do you know what I mean? The new God of War is nowhere near like, it's not at all like God of War 1 or 2. It's like a Dark Souls game. So long as the quality is good, people are gonna praise it.
Yeah. I think building on that point, I think sometimes a franchise needs to look at their older games and return to its core concept. And if I can give one fantastic example, that's Doom.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever seen the initial Doom 4 trailer, where it's this weird campaign where it's like a war between humans and hell on Earth, they scrapped that and straight up said, nah, that isn't Doom. We're going to rework this whole fucking game, and what we got was Doom 2016, and my god, that is one of the best first-person shooters in existence. And Doom Eternal topped it even more.
Yep.
Because, in my opinion, the team at id, fucking Godspeed those magnificent bastards, looked at what they originally built, said, nah, this isn't Doom. People want us, because obviously Doom 3 was sort of a shaky reception. People just want a fast-paced shooter. That's what Doom is known for. And my god, that's what they delivered. And I think Call of Duty, in my opinion, should return to that format where it's a gritty tale about war and why war isn't good. It's an action game, it's entertaining, but it wasn't trying to glorify war. It wasn't trying to say, oh look, war good. It was trying to say, nah, this shit is gritty, this shit is dark, where in modern CODs and modern World War II games, it's too bright, it's too colourful, it's too Hollywood.
Well, it literally made a film.
Yeah,
Film for a game.
Many games, as you said, should return to their origin. Sometimes, as you said, maybe like Assassin's Creed is to rework it in God of War. But it's also to return to their roots. There's nothing wrong with their roots, especially if it's been long enough. Okay, if they just kept pumping out the same thing over and over, yeah, it gets bad. But as you said, wait until long enough until that franchise is missed or people long for it to return, and then bam, bring it back to its original roots, and you watch people will flout all over it. And I think even Call of Duty could do exactly the same.
Yeah. I guess what we're saying is Call of Duty needs a break. Go on holiday, guys. You've crunched too hard.
Go back to, I think for all games, whatever your favourite game is, whatever your favourite franchise is, we need to return to an era where it wasn't yearly release, so even like 2-year releases, 3-4 years. Because by the time those 3 or 4 years, you'll be thinking, man, I really just want a new game from this franchise. Oh, look, there it is. When it's like every year for a Call of Duty, it's just so much easier to throw your hands up and say, I don't care. I'm just going to wait for the next one.
Yeah.
Or, I'm not even going to bother.
I think people realise they're being just sort of
played along.
Yeah. It's like the company.
Many people are starting to turn.
Your money.
I'd say personally, I'm starting to get negative about video games. Don't worry, I love playing games. I don't call myself a gamer. Oh no, wrong. I'm not a gamer. But I love games. But even for me, when I see them like trying to pump out Pokemon, like Pokemon content, I was like, guys, slow it down, back off a bit, give us time, give time for Sword and Shield or any other game to mellow and have its thing, and then announce new games. and that way it's more exciting, it's more refreshing.
I'll be honest with Pokemon though. I think Arceus is a great move. I think
Yes,
they're gonna. I think
change the formula like that. That's what I mean.
They're changing the formula, and I hope it's good, and I hope they stick with it because it's what Pokemon sort of needs, and they won't need to hopefully go away for a long time, even if that's what they might need.
But I think that's exactly, and I think that's what the good thing about bringing in a new team in. So you got Legends Arceus, obviously being developed by Game Freak. That's a new, fresh formula. Then once that starts getting a bit drab, with people, and they think, okay, we've seen everything. Then they go, bam, here's a return to the traditional formula, because people will go, oh, fantastic! I've been waiting for something like this. I think you are bang on. You are bang on, and I think that's what every video game should do. Occasionally drift off, try something a little different, just to keep the appetite wet, keep things going. But then every now and then you need to return to remind the franchise where it is. Because as you said, at this point, Call of Duty is just pretty much an interactive movie.
Flipping. Gosh dang, Card, we're taking you to counselling. This is an intervention.
I would love it if they just stopped for a year or two, like just for the next 3 years. Okay, keep updating Warzone if you want. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a live service game. But as for the core franchise, just pull over for a bit, catch a breather, work on something in the background. Like the best way I can put it is No Man's Sky. We've all seen the story of No Man's Sky, where they literally just cut off all communications, didn't tell anyone about what they were doing, and my God, they reworked that game from the ground up, and it looks beautiful. I think Call of Duty, and I'm going to throw Pokemon in too, because I'll criticize what I love as well, just need to cut off all communications from outsiders, outsources, and just work on some magic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that applies to every franchise. They should stop being like, oh, we got this little trailer. What have we got here? Shh. Yeah, I know we're going to have to wait an extra 2 years, but here's a little trailer. No, just work on the game. Don't tell anyone. And then when the game's nearly finished, drop a little teaser trailer, get people excited for it, and not have them wait like a year or two.
I mean, ultimately, like that, I think that's probably the downfall of like Cyberpunk, wasn't it? It's like it was shown far too early.
And they hyped it way too much.
And then, I mean, like
crashed.
obviously, it was going to come out. It was going to come out unfinished as it is. I think because of the way they got set up with their board of directors and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think they would have been in better shape releasing it had they not revealed it so early.
The fact it won so many awards for a game that wasn't even released.
Yeah, I mean that's just fixing, isn't it? That's just...
Yeah. Well, I don't think Tom might want to go too deep now. I think Tom's trying to wrap things up here. But so I'll make this my final point. We need to stop awarding video games before they're out.
Definitely.
I think if you want to have game awards, I think that concept's fine. But why are we giving awards to games where the common masses can't even play it? Because just because that journalist says, oh, it's a really good game, yeah, because you've been given a paycheck and an opportunity to play it before anyone else. And all those journalists who ever said Cyberpunk was amazing, the egg is on your face.
Idiot.
I'm allergic to egg. Don't do it.
I will, so you're trying to wrap up, I understand. I'll leave it there. Maybe we can bring it up another time.
Yeah, of course.
And I know I have food ready in a few minutes.
Hello there.
My alarm.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, Shrek saying, oh, hello there.
Oh, hello there.
It's
Shrek.
playing.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
So it's the end of it.
Bloody hell, we went for 2 hours, eh?
Yes.
Sheesh.
To be fair, it was just not too bad. It was just, both everyone had a lot to say about subjects. To be honest.
Indeed.
It wasn't just awkward silence for like 10 minutes or anything. It was just constant one after another.
Yeah.
You got through like everything and even more.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. But,
once you know what we're talking about, the conversation stays healthy.
But yes, but an hour to an hour and a half turned into 2 hours.
We mama, yeah. Man, I'm starving. I haven't.
Yeah, I'm about to eat in a few minutes, so I need to go.
Is there any last parting words before I end stream?
Not much. I guess the next time you'll see me is for another Will the Wall run.
Or yeah, potentially. Or yeah, But we got another podcast, same time, same place, next Thursday. If you
Ooh-wee.
who knows, we might have a guest, might not. Who knows, it might just be us three again, which is going to be the main trio. Unless you two don't want to be in this anymore.
I'm so sick of this already.
I'm done. But we got the obviously we established a main trio, so obviously I'm happy with it. It was been good. It will be uploaded on my main channel on YouTube. That's okay.
What are you asking me for permission for?
Well, you could be like, actually, I don't want it. I want you to delete the VOD, and I'd be like, yeah, whatever, okay.
I never do that. I just ask you to edit me out or something.
But no, like I said, no, it'll be uploaded. But thank you for joining, guys.
Thank you for having.
Hopefully this can be season 3. Can be a good season. Season 3. 3 amigos. There we go. Boom.
Hey.
But yeah, thank you. And yeah, I guess I'll either see you before in a World of War run, or see you next podcast. Probably a World of War run. Could probably be a World of War run prior.
Hope so. Well, are we gonna try this weekend?
Yeah, we can. We can try this Saturday if you want.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Hello, cat. But yeah, so ending screen. Unless anyone has anyone they want to raid. No?
Sorry,
Okay, cool.
I mean, well, we could raid the Peely stream that's going on. Twitch watches Peely.
My mic has my mic been cut out this whole time?
Yes.
It has, yeah.
Oh fuck! My computer froze for like a moment, and it changed like my audio and mic settings on Discord.
Oh, there.
But I was saying, if you want to do a run this weekend, I'm doing Pokemon. So you might have to do. I could do some in the evening. I'm down to do World 2 in the evening, but during the day, I'm going to be focusing on shiny hunting.
That's fair enough.
Unless you guys want to do duos, and I'll watch along.
I'm probably gonna do solos in the mornings till like the evening, and then possibly we can evening afternoon. And we potentially
I could do one like like between 5 and 6.
Chucking
like an hour.
Chucking a run like I was gonna say earlier because runs take quite a while. If we have a good run,
we'll see.
We'll see
what
happens.
How I'm feeling with shiny hunting, because obviously I'm going to be resetting over and over for Tearswig and might get very drab.
That's fair enough.
Try, baby. I'm praying for you.
Thank you.
But no, we'll see. I'm still doing World of War anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much to me because I'm going to be doing World of War either way. So
that's cool. I'll probably be watching along if I haven't got it up on the monitor, because I can obviously just pull the switch into portable mode.
But like I said, just message me if you want to do a run, or we could do duos, sure. George, as well. We can do anything. I think that we want. Entirely up to you. But no.
But yeah, I'm sure I'd be down.
Yes.
Especially in the afternoon. I expect a massive line this weekend.
Like I said, I'm doing runs anyway Saturday, and I'm doing Outwards Sunday, and then Pokemon, maybe planning. And then I need to send more details about.
Yes, please do.
But yeah, alright. Thank you very much. Ending screen.
Right. I'm going to use this moment then to hop off, because
just thank you for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow for Minecraft. In the morning. Bye-bye. Bye.